Hello everyone and welcome to Options Paycheck Live. Today I will again review performance of the last week and I will go to the planned trades for the next week. Last week I collected premium of $773. Annualized return on investment from premiums is 33%, and since April 2025 I collected over $12,000. Last week I was selling calls on Gamestop and collected $62. I was selling calls on Strategy and I was rolling some of them and collected overall $268. And I also sold cash secured puts, and then after the results of investigation and the decision from the judge, when the price actually grew a lot and spiked, I bought back the puts, and I bought the stocks and sold covered calls. I collected $442 on Google. So my portfolio performance last week was in black for 2.15%, which means that the portfolio is growing and I'm getting closer to S&P 500. I'm still underperforming both S&P 500 and Nasdaq right now, but if you look at the chart and how the portfolio is evolving in time, you can see actually that I am getting closer to S&P 500, and I might be getting closer quite a lot actually to Nasdaq as well. So if you look at this, it seems also that actually that the velocity how I'm getting closer to Nasdaq was faster than Nasdaq moving away from me, right? So I was getting closer to Nasdaq as well last week. Right. So if we look also to portfolio allocation, nothing really has changed since the last week. I'm still holding a little bit of Nvidia, a significant position in Gamestop and Strategy as well, a little bit of Groupon, a little bit of ClearSign Technologies, and then I have Google, and I have also cash position, which next week I will probably allocate to Google and will start selling covered calls. All right, so let's have a look on the portfolio. And here, yeah, you can see I have Strategy, I have Gamestop. Those two positions I can be selling covered calls, and same I can do on Groupon. And I have 48 shares of Google, but I would like to, let's see what the price movement will be, but I will probably buy more and will start selling covered calls. Potentially, I don't know. Let's have a look on the chart, and we can start with Google for charts. So let's have a look on Google Charts and see what might be the best way of actions here, right? So this is the chart. The volume is going slightly down. Let me actually put weekly chart. So now volume is actually going up a lot, and also RSI is actually in overbought territory. Even on weekly chart, it it's interesting. I mean, it might, well, actually, it might be similar to this potentially, right? And so you can see actually it was still going significantly up. It was 2021, but the year was 2021, but honestly, we might be in a sort of similar situation. The volume here actually was going a little bit down, but yeah, it was oversold, and obviously this is weekly, so it was for a couple of weeks, even couple of months actually, in oversold territory on weekly granularity. If I go to daily, yeah, it wasn't. Hold on, daily, and go to 2021, somewhere here, right? So yeah, it would be actually in oversold quite a lot, or quite often, quite frequently. I mean, now it's similar actually to this situation here, which was February 20. So hopefully we are not in the same situation. But yeah, I mean, it looks good on the news. It jumped, right? So the volume is not necessarily going down. Let me actually check on the monthly granularity. This is interesting. Actually, on monthly granularity, the volume is going down. Um, since but basically since 2016. It's interesting. Um, yeah. Um, so yeah. So here you can see that the chart looks good. I think it looks quite bullish. Dividends actually. So there is this dividend date, right, which is on Monday. It might it might be driving the price up a little, and so there might be actually some decline, but also the fundamentals are actually quite strong. So bottom line is my plan is to buy shares and be selling options, covered calls. I can have a look actually on options chain. I'm quite interested in how does it look. Yeah, all right. There's next week there is nothing spectacular, and just to check where the calls are. It's, yeah, all right. 240, but yeah, I mean this will not be driving the price up. What is Max Payne? Interesting. Max Payne 220, and I think no, okay. So this is actually, I think recently it was 220. Now it's 230. Strong. I mean, Google for me is buy, even at this price. I think it's really good investment. It's a question, right? So I saw analysis where it goes to 250. Let's see what are the um, Fibonacci 230, 259 as resistance. What do you, yeah, 230. Well, it's really a question. Shall we start selling puts on, I don't know, 230 level, or shall we buy and start selling covered calls? Maybe it's a really long time due for some correction. Not much. Let's have a look on Nvidia. I think Nvidia could actually give us some hints for this as well. I'll do it here. Right, so Nvidia is actually dropping. Oh, this is even weekly. So for 4 weeks, it's going down already. And I mean, if we take this, parallel channel, let's do this parallel channel, right? Right, so this was more or less from where it started, right? And then I would say it could go even like 1/3 down, which is maybe like this. Well, it's possible that it will be going towards 160, 150, 160. So what is here as technicals? What do I have? What are the support levels? Right, 167, 160. Yeah. And then 144. Yeah, of course this was the strong resistance here. So now it will be like strong support. Could it go here? Well, potentially could, but like at least this 160 level, I would assume it might hit. Yeah, it might hit 160 level. So yeah, then for what it means for Google. So Google might not be correcting straight away, might still be going a little bit up for a bit, but then like small correction, at least to, yeah, well, small correction to 2020 level might be happening. Let's see what are the, yeah, well, it still need to be a little bit updated, I guess. 2020, 200. Well, we will see. So yeah, for Google, I will need to decide whether I actually go for the shares. But what I will do is I will wait for the market open, or at least pre-market. I will assess if the price actually is about to drop a little. I might enter directly and start selling covered calls, and if it will be more or less the same level, I might be selling puts. All right, so this was for Google. What else do we have? We have strategy. Let's have a look on strategy chart. I'll reload this. And here, all right, so I have entrance, but then how I was able to lower the base with options. Let's actually have a look on the on this sheet. I will filter for strategy, and so how much I have 3,600, but there is already plan for this week. So if I don't actually calculate this plan, so it's 340 3,478. Yeah, it's here. So now my new base is 390. So it's going down nicely. Every week it's a little bit lower. So let me just take this to this level, right? 390. And so this is the level where I can put the strike price, and I will be comfortable that I will not be selling at loss. It's nice because then the premium is higher, and yeah, you can see that actually for a couple of weeks we are going down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks we are at the bottom of regression channel, and the price is potentially due for a reversal, right? So potentially actually you might be going back somewhere towards 450 levels maybe, right? To depends on how quick this will be, but it might be if it's in few weeks we might be getting to somewhere to 440 levels. We will see. So let's have a look for strategy. Let's have a look on options, and I will take the monthlies. Hold on, I will need to reload this. So monthlies, I just want to have a feel for the open interest. Right, so this week actually there is quite a few quite high open interest if you compare it to the rest of months. Of course, the week after it will be almost double, but still, yeah, next week there will be quite a few. So let's have a look actually how the options looks like. So there is a lot of hedging, right? So or insurance. People are buying puts on 300 level, and then even 200, 250. So there is quite a few actually puts, but then on the call side it looks like people are buying 340, 345, and then 370. I will be, as I said, right, I will be targeting 390, so I would not need to worry that actually the options will drive the price heavily above 390. And I want to check max pain. All right, 340, current price 326, and 340 as max pain. All right, but what is important is Bitcoin, right? So let's have a look on how Bitcoin looks like. And so this is weekly granularity. I want day. So Bitcoin seems to have sort of support here around $108, but yeah, but it's declining a little right now. Nevertheless, it's more or less holding. So how is it looking on Friday? Right, so Friday it was going down. If I take just 1 hour granularity, and I want to see Friday, where is Friday? I'm not sure actually what is the Hold on. I want to check if what are the hours? I need 1 hour. Yeah, all right. So it seems that it's really it is time of what is it? Well, so Friday was what 1930. So I would like to see Friday 1930 drop was going up, but here was maybe this drop because in the aftermarket there was a drop actually, and it might be that actually this drop was already priced in, and we are slightly above, and I mean we will see actually how this will be moving, right? But there might be price going slightly up in the pre-market. We will see. But my position basic or my plan is to sell covered calls, and I will be probably selling for 390. And let's see, I think the options, all right, the data is not available. I saw the data on mobile, but I can see also the data here. If I go to strategy and options, strategy, then I want this week. Let's see, covered calls 390, 215. This is, I mean, the price of the price of post market or aftermarket is not priced in yet for these. So what I will need to do is we will need to look at maybe 400, because I think the difference was really like $10. 176. All right. Yeah. Well, anyway, I think what we could try is really like to get $2 from that, and if we get $2, then the price will be 388, right? And so, yeah, even if the covered call is sold, then we will then I will be in profit. And 20% actually difference, probably not very likely. So I have a look on stocks strategy. Was there even weeks where it would change 20%? Yeah, well, probably there were weeks where it would change 20%. So this one from 343 to 418, yeah, it's like $60, which is and actually at some point it was even more, right? So it was more than 20% probably. 310 to 392, again, this seems to be like more than 20%. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, also there are examples when it goes more than 20%. In this case, it could be many things, right? It could be Bitcoin going up, or it could be actually MNAF suddenly going up as well. Don't know what would be the drivers, but anything can happen. All right, so let's have a look on the other trades. GameStop. This will be interesting as well, right? So this is trading sideways, but there will be results. There will be quarterly results, and what can we expect? I would like to actually see if there is any special option trades, any unusual activity. So I want to see again monthlies. Well, doesn't seem that this week, next week will be any unusual activity. Again, January 16, right? So this I think we discussed already a couple of times. And what else do we have here? So the prices. Well, 23, 24, 25, but it will not drive the price up. I mean, there are gaps actually between those prices and so on. But also it's interesting because there are results, right? So there's a little bit of hedging on 22 strike price. Not really much. What is the ratio? It's way more towards calls. 70% calls. Yeah. I mean, what I'm going to do is the I'm going to put covered calls on the strike price of $30, and let's see. I mean, some spike would be nice, but do I expect any? Well, not really. What was the price action recently, right? So drop, another drop, but there were it was connected to the bonds, right? Then here the price was going up. Yeah, here drop. Yeah, well, um, let's see. But this is interesting because it's really moving sideways, not doing much, and so it's. I mean, yeah, if the price move is actually quite a lot upwards before the earnings, then it's likely that actually there will be price drop. In this case, it's really interesting. It's really holding this 2240 line, and I don't know. I don't know. Might be some nice surprise. But also, if I'll show it here, right? If the price of strategy or GameStop actually goes significantly up, right? If GameStop goes, I don't know, 10% up, or strategy goes 10% up, it's um, it's actually a significant boost for the whole portfolio, right? Because 10% on strategy is 5% of weekly change for the whole portfolio. 10% on GameStop is it's maybe almost the same. Yeah, at these price levels. So yeah, 10% 3,000 more, so it's like 3% plus on the whole portfolio. Here the same, yeah. And I'm not I mean, I'm what 14% behind, but yeah, I mean, 1 2 good weeks on GameStop and strategy, and I might be again above the Nasdaq, and it's probably a matter of it, hopefully it's really just a matter of time when GameStop and strategy will start to um, will turn over and will start to grow again. I think for actually both, right? It's here the regression channel, and here, I mean, this is really weird, right? It's really, and the volume is going down. I mean, it is. Mm. There might be something happening. Yeah, there might be. Hopefully, it will not be downwards, but yeah, yeah. Let's wait for this. All right. So if I look what the plan is, and let's see, this will execute more or less like this, right? So $2 per contract on strategy, a little bit on Groupon, or maybe I will not even sell on Groupon. I don't know. Then a little bit on Google, and some on GameStop. So overall, I might be collecting around $400. If I will be rolling, it might be again closer to, is it just 300? Yeah. It might be even closer to 700. So let me just fix this. Like, right, last week 700 or 770, week before 670, well, week before 300. And it's interesting how this evolves, right? It's a lot and drop, and then it starts actually to grow again, and then yeah, it's going in cycles as well. It's going in cycles as well. But to collect the premium is really nicely helping. um it's nice how it helps with the drops, right? Because when the price drops, it's still, what it still does. Where do I have it? Where do I have it visible somehow? um, what it still does is basically, I will need to create a chart for this, but it's always like 0.5%. Yeah, this is the way how to look at it, right? So 700 out of $106 portfolio is something like 0.5%, maybe a little bit more. So it's always 0.5% that I can that I have every week, basically, that helps me, as a cushion to the drops, right? So if it's dropping, I'm just dropping like 0.5% less. If it's growing, then I'm growing 0.5% more. But it's yeah, it's nice when the price is dropping, and then I can use the premium to allocate it actually to some other bets. All right, good. So this is it for this week, and I will be connecting again potentially during the week if something interesting happens, or next Sunday with the planning again. Have a nice day.